Very good afternoon to all of you. I'm not as proficient as your professors here, so I'm going to be reading from a paper. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. I think the introduction tells you where I am professionally, a senior partner at a corporate law firm. But I have been asked to share with you all how I really got here. So that's my mandate, and that's what I'm going to do in this next few minutes. In early 2002, on a very, very normal Sunday afternoon like it is for any middle-class family, I was having lunch with my parents, and the doorbell rang. And on the other side of the door were police to take my dad in for questioning. So we came from a very, very simple family. We had never seen a police station, lived a very normal life, and police coming to our house was a really big thing for us. And before we knew it, they had taken my dad in, and we really didn't know what to do. I was in the 12th standard, and being a school topper in science in 10th grade, so the natural progression was to do medicine. So I was preparing to study for medicine. I had prepared for all the entrances. I had enrolled wherever I needed to apply. All of it was done. This was 6 months before the board exams, right? And my mother was a housewife, and we were just clueless. We had no idea what to do. And it was Sunday, and Monday was Bakrid, so it was also a holiday. We couldn't find a lawyer. There was no lawyer in the family. Whoever we reached said, sorry, there's really nothing much we can do because it's a weekend and we can't help you. And I think that was the day that I decided I needed to do something to be there for people. And hence the decision to do law. Everyone demotivated me because there was no lawyer in the family. There is no background, none of it, including my parents. But then I stood by that decision. High risk, no support, no experiences to learn from, no father's law office, very limited opportunities, but I took it, and today here I am. At the time, there was no law college other than Ambedkar Law College. I don't know how many of you know, this was many, many years ago. That was the only law college, and everybody knows what a dangerous reputation it had. So there was a lot of demotivation for me to go ahead and do this. But to my luck, that very year, School of Excellence was announced. There was an advertisement in the newspaper saying Jayalalitha wants to open an esteemed law college on lines of national universities, and therefore she is going to bring in School of Excellence. So it was just a random advertisement in the paper, and there was in small print, there was a date of the entrance exam. So I just assumed, okay, it'll be simple. Nobody would have read this advertisement. 40 students. So I'll just go write the entrance exam and see what happens. Went to the entrance exam. 5,000 students were there to write the entrance exam for first batch of School of Excellence. I was completely freaked out because I didn't prepare. I just went for the exam. But luck had it that I placed 13 and made it to the top 40 students in School of Excellence. At that time, School of Excellence had no infrastructure. It was one single bedroom with no fans, no lights. There was no windows, no infrastructure, no bathroom. So pretty much that's how my journey began. While I was a class topper all through the 5 years, I never attended a single moot court competition. I never did internships. All I did during the 5 years was to work with the management of the institution to lay the foundation of what you see School of Excellence to be today. And that was a choice that I made, not to do what everybody else was doing. In my final year, this was in 2006, November, Universal Legal, a corporate law firm, was setting up its office in Chennai. At the time, there was no corporate law firm in Chennai, and nobody had heard of what is corporate law. So they came to the university to meet the students, the first batch students, and offer internships, placements, all of that. I was called in to MC the program. So I went, I attended the program, and a few days later, we were having a conversation in the class, and I realized 20 out of the 40 students had applied for an internship. Not a single person passed the internship interview. And I was wondering, what is this law firm that nobody is getting an internship? So just for the kick of it, I applied for the internship. And 19 years later, today here I stand, senior partner, co-head of Chennai's largest corporate law firm, with a 45-member team of amazing people and brilliant minds. The success or the achievements don't count as much as the happiness and satisfaction of taking a decision that you don't regret. That was a little bit about my professional life, but I would like to share with you a little bit about my personal life also. Nothing in life came easy to me. Growing up, each time I wanted anything, whether it was money to buy something, my parents never gave me pocket money. So, or whether it was permission to go out with my friends, my dad's first answer would always be no. Following the no, I would need to justify and explain why I wanted what I asked for. And then, if it was reasonable, it would be given to me. And this is for all the parents here as well. Though at the time, I used to get really angry and throw tantrums because I would see all my friends get everything so easy. But I would have to answer so many questions for each and everything that I wanted. But today, when I look back, all I can say is thank you. Thank you for the training on how to decide what I really wanted, how to fight hard to achieve it, and most importantly, how to always appreciate the value and be grateful for what you have. All of us want to be successful, want to be rich, want to be known, want to have a big house, want to drive a Mercedes. But how many of us actually know what goes into achieving that? Pick up any person with a true success story, and the common thread you will see among all of them is always a humble beginning, a childhood struggle, a big dream, and many, many years of hard work. You are at a stage in your life where a world of opportunities await you. You have one small responsibility. Live each day like there is no tomorrow. Always strive to be the best version of yourself so you never have any regrets. No success story is written overnight. Do your best every single day, whether it's your studies, whether it's a hobby, even if it's just a day of relaxation, just doing nothing. Believe me, you will be shocked at how the little things add up to make you a great human being and a great leader. Always make the choices that make you happy so you enjoy what you're doing. Focus your every energy into what you do. Respect the people around you. Whether it's your teachers, whether it's your fellow students, whether it is just the people helping around, everyone is important. Feel upset when someone is better than you, but more importantly, be humble enough to learn from them. And last but not least, take a lot of pride in every single thing that you do. That's the only way you will be the best at what you do. Often when challenges come our way, there are always two choices. Take it or don't take it. I'll tell you a small story and it'll help you make that choice with clarity and conviction. There were two frogs inside a well, always in their secluded and contained environment. One day there was a huge storm and the sea took to shore. One of the frogs seized the opportunity and jumped out of the well. A few days later, it decided to visit its friend back at the well. The friend asked, "Is your sea greater than my well?" And the good times in the confines of your environment, your comfort zone, never teach you the lessons that life has to offer, while the challenges always do. It all comes down to a choice that you make. You all have entered into the legal fraternity at a great time, where there are so many opportunities. There is something for everyone, and there is always a space to make your mark. When we entered, there was just litigation. Anybody who got out of law school went to do litigation. Today, you have opportunities where you can just sit at home, as ma'am said, you can just sit at home and earn money. So seize the opportunities that work for you and make the most of it. Just believe in yourself. There's never a right or wrong. It's how much of what you make of the decision you take that measures how right the decision really was. Always hold strong values, as Sir said, right? Values and ethics. Be open and honest. Never be driven by someone else's success, but by your own experiences. Any school can give you education, but the decision you make in life, the life you choose, gives you character. Always remember to be ready to get the job done. Everyone wants to be dealing with a person who's ready to get the job done. Whether it's at college, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, always be ready to get the job done. So dream, want, work, and be sure that sooner or later dreams do come true. Good luck to all of you. I hope you have a great, great journey ahead. And I hope this is the beginning of a success story I will read someday. Thank you so much.